I got to, I don't know if this is a show starter, but when we were down in Florida, we were right on the beach, and two manatees like swam right up to us.
Whoa.
I saw that. I'm so jealous.
It was crazy. Like we had just gotten there, and then there was like this guy. He was like, "Yeah, look over there in the water. There's a big manatee." I'm like, "Oh, that's cool." I would have just thought it was like a plant floating in the water from where we were, because it just looked like a dark shape. And then we went down, started swimming, and it just kept going down the coast, and there got to be like this rocky area, but it was still, you could still walk. And when we got down to that other area, there was another manatee, so they were just like swimming together.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, and Steph was like, "Oh, I'd pay the fine to pet him." And I was like, "Fine." She's like, "Yeah, you're not supposed to pet them." And I'm like, rules guy, so I was like, "Oh, well then I will not pet them." And they got away, and she's like, "You should have." And I'm like, "Damn it, I'll never get to do it again." And then
my one regret.
That rules guy.
And then later on we saw him again, so I was like, "Damn the rules guy!" And I swam out in the water. Oh, I was booking it, and I couldn't keep up with it. And
I was like, Chris is just incriminating himself on our podcast. The FBI listening going to break down his door. Did you pet that manatee? You're going to jail.
I was going to say, like, every trip you take to Florida now, you're going to be walking into the ocean with a head of lettuce.
Yeah.
Just trying to get them to come over.
It was crazy, though, because so I was out there, and then I was just kind of watching them, and they swam off, and then there was this lady talking to her kids probably about 50 feet away from me, and she's like, "Yeah, I think there's some manatees out there." I'm like, "Yeah, they're right here." So she comes out, and by the time she gets there, it already swam off too far away, and I was like, "Oh, that sucks." And anyway, like that, I was taking pictures. So she's like, "Oh, send me your pictures." And I'm like, "Okay, what's your phone number?" She's like, 513. I'm like, "Are you from Cincinnati?" So it was crazy that, she was right from where we were. And but yeah, I ended up sending her the pictures, and then later on I caught up with him again, and we were all like surrounding it, and the thing was just like real cool with us. And then as soon as we like reached out to pet it, it was like, "I'm out."
Right, like, "Nope, I'm good."
Yeah, but yeah, it's a pretty cool experience.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Hopefully I can do that one day. I've swam with dolphins, but like never in the wild, so that'd be awesome.
Did you Steph did too. Did you like get to hang like on them and they swim with them, or you just swim by them? Okay.
Yeah, I was like 13 or something, so I was like at the minimum age where they would let you. And it was pretty cool.
I hope to do that someday.
Like out in the ocean?
It was like connected to the ocean, but they had it fenced off. Like now, looking back on it, I'm like, that's sad, But like back then,
after hearing all the stuff about like in the news, like not SeaWorld, it's like
the other places,
No, like apparently China has been dumping human waste into the sea.
Oh my god.
Is that even surprising for them though?
No, but they're not the only ones.
I'm sure we do it.
Like you're probably swimming in like 1% fecal matter.
Plus, it's the ocean. Why the fuck would you go there?
Yeah,
I mean, I love the ocean, but also you realize how many things live in the ocean. Of course, you're going to be swimming around in shit.
I walk around in shit every day on this farm.
Sharks don't walk into my house and bother me, so I ain't going to their house and bothering them.
This is the second time he's said this on this podcast.
Just saying. I'm reiterating my point. Sharks don't bother me, I ain't bothering them.
One day the land sharks will come for you, Ryan.
They'll just bust down your door.
And that I'm waiting for street sharks to find me, actually.
I guess we should probably get started with a sea fact.
Heyo.
All right.
We caught him off guard.
How about another 3 C words?
What?
Jeez, wow.
Unprecedented.
We got 4 last episode.
Yeah, we're going backwards.
Yeah, well, shut it.
Yeah,
okay.
You get 3. Our first word is culf.
Okay.
Culf. All the loose feathers and bits of fluff that come out of pillows and cushions.
Colf. All
It's
right.
the culf.
We should have a Colf fight.
Weird.
Can you spell that and use it in a sentence?
C-U-L-F. That's the culf.
I like your call.
Our second C word is cosp. That's the handle of a spade.
The cusp?
No, cosp.
Cosp.
Like,
oh, okay.
like cops, but the P and the S are switched.
Dyslexic spade. Okay.
David Spade.
And our last C word is cuddle me buff.
Shut up.
All right, that's like 3.
Portmanteau or something?
Cuddle me buff, an old Yorkshire word for alcohol, particularly when it's been warmed or sweetened.
What?
Oh, good. I
So,
thought
like-
you were just cuddling like Schwarzenegger or something.
So like
It's
a
still
hot toddy would be a cuddle me buff?
Sure.
Okay.
Those are good for when you're sick.
They are.
Well, maybe after this will save, you guys might all be sharing a cuddle me buff with this Admiral here.
I think
Thank you,
Maybe.
transition.
Wow, look at that. You know what makes a transition better? When you point
What?
it out.
I
It's
know.
like he's done this before.
I gotta
Just like
point it out.
just like
'cause-
jokes.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, we had a Command Undead cast, and I was kind of wondering why that didn't come out sooner. But
Fun?
it did for fun. Yeah, I thought fun was cutting the adventure short. So
That's how we've been playing.
yeah.
Things go wrong, and then Alex goes, Command Undead, fuck it. So far, it's worked.
And I believe everyone went all in on their token.
Yeah,
so-
I'm pretty sure you have like a minus 20 to that check.
Well, it's at least minus 15
No, it's
because
50.
there were
Yeah.
3 tokens used.
Yeah, but doesn't he have a minus 5 to that from Baleful Polymorph as well?
Oh,
Oh, right.
I don't know if that applies to.
I don't think it's will
It
save.
does not. It lowers reflex save.
That's it was one of them. I couldn't remember which one it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had a 33% chance, and I still fucked it up.
I mean, you could play baseball.
If I play baseball, I'm really good.
So yeah, this pretty much, I think, like, it was a terrible place to have a cliffhanger, because I think I pretty much have to roll a nat 20 at this point
hell yeah.
to even have a chance.
Are you gonna get it on camera?
Yeah.
I know.
Yes. Everybody pause for 10 minutes while I get the camera set up.
Right? Oh no.
All right.
I'll wait.
We're not going to remove this from the actual show either.
Right, 10 minutes later.
We have to vamp for 10 minutes while Chris leaves.
So, you guys want to do a
No.
movie? Oh.
Wait, what movie?
Whatever one you don't like.
Space Jam.
Oh.
All right, Chris, roll this.
I like the original. I want to clear that. I just want to.
All right. Let's go ahead and roll this. I am using the always wonderful Hero Labs to do this roll.
Chris should just Snapchat us the video of him rolling the dice.
Yeah. Can do that. I'm going to need evidence if I roll a 20. So
That's very true.
nobody's going to
No one-
believe me.
Yeah, no one.
My phone's updating.
He's just going to send us that clip that he has of him rolling a 20 that one time. I swear,
though?
that
What?
just happened.
All right, so here comes that big roll. The fate of the galaxy on this one roll.
Come on.
It's a natural 2.
You're one of the digits.
So that's yeah. Oh, so I get to roll again.
No,
if I roll
no.
a 0, which is possible, of course. Yeah. So Rats, you just point your finger at this guy. He's up in the air still. Remember, and all of a sudden, like, you just see you see his body kind of relax a little bit.
This is so silly.
Although, with others that you have used this spell on, who kind of instantly became friendly with you, you see him like he's still got this stern look on his face, but he lowers his arms and he seems to not be taking an aggressive posture anymore, and he just stands. He's hovering there in the air about 20 feet up, just looking at you, waiting.
Rats looks around the battlefield at his teammates, just confused.
What is the state of this battlefield right now? We should reiterate.
Yeah, so to set the scene again, we've got Callie. She's up on the throne, she was at the computer console, just kind of flailing her arms, trying to figure out something to do. Mm-hmm. And then this whole time, there's this high gravity area that's still in effect for at least another 30 seconds. Got a wall of force separating Razel and Raquel from the rest of the party here. You've got dead, twisty guys and a giant Vesk laying there on the battlefield, and Kenneth, Sev, and Rats are all still here, right next to where the Admiral is. And don't forget, all around this room, there's all of these zombies jacked into this machinery as well, too. So that's kind of got to be a little bit unnerving as well.
Yes. What round is it?
It is round 8.
Thank you. I forgot to use my battery charges for my shield. Force shield.
And the only ones right now that can see this guy is me and Rats.
I mean, if no one does anything, I'm just going to continue hitting this force shield.
Yeah, that's...
Okay, yeah, it's technically Rat's turn. He took a standard. He's got to move, or, of course, you can use free actions to speak.
Yeah, so he eyes everybody around the battlefield and then looks back up and he's like, Severox, buddy! Why are we fighting like this? Come on, man. We could talk this out, right?
I believe we can. Though does not explain the previous hostile actions that we were just engaged in. I do not know why I would be in combat with somebody that I view as a friend. But he seems kind of like he's saying this, but there's this lost look in his eye. He descends to the ground. What is it that you want here? What is it that you seek, Rats?
That's a big question. To stop you from killing everything?
You have me confused with the cult of the Devourer. I do not wish to destroy everything. I would not be so reckless as those you previously encountered. With the Stellar Degenerator, Rats, we have the ability to bring order and stabilize this sector of the galaxy. We can bring peace to the Pact Worlds. No longer will we have to worry about the threats of the Swarm. No longer will there be any uncertainty with the tenuous peace between the Pact Worlds and the Veskarium. Because with this great power, nobody will challenge us. Just the mere threat of it being used is all that we need. Help me secure this weapon, and we can go on to bring peace to the galaxy.
What you're describing's not peace, Severox. That's ruling.
I believe if you spoke with your friend here, and he gestures over to Razel, you would know.
Razel's just pounding on this shield.
You would know. Yeah, and after a few minutes, after a few more strikes at this thing, you're getting ready to hit the final blow, which would shatter this thing, and then it just drops.
He falls to the ground.
You stumble forward. If you had spent any time speaking to your comrade here, you would know the Vesk have peace on their world through rule, through strict regimens, and they all coexist. The Ijtikri, the Skittermander, just to name a few, all work in harmony because they know the Vesk provides safety and security through their rule, through their force. We only seek to do the same, but throughout the galaxy.
Are we still in combat rounds, or what's going on with that?
No, we've kind of dropped out of that at the moment.
There's no one else in the room, right?
Yeah.
Well, other than the jacked-in zombies.
I feel like Raquel, she's just looking from rats to Severox, is that it?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, she's just looking back and forth, trying to see what the situation is, and know how to approach it. Because to her, yeah.
He's standing right next to you as well.
Yeah. But to her, she feels at any moment, this guy is going to try and attack again, so she's not letting her sword down at all. It's still firmly in her grasp.
You're ready for that attack of opportunity.
Yes, I am.
I think at this point, too, enough time has passed that he becomes visible again so that you all can see him.
Alright, Razel walks up to Rick. Is the high gravity thing gone now?
Yeah, that would also be gone.
Yeah, if that stuff's gone, my thing's gone.
So bookkeeping thing, I'm going to turn off my force field.
After some time, with the silence and the tension from this conversation, Raquel kind of steadies her voice as much as she can, and she's like, "Look, you're confusing peace with fear. You can't achieve that by overstepping your boundaries and striking fear in everyone you come across."
Have you not heard of a healthy dose of fear? Fear is what keeps us alive. If we did not have fear, would we not walk blindly into dangerous situations, things that would kill us without a second thought? The pain that you feel reminds you that you are experiencing some sort of harm. Therefore, you are able to do something about it without fear of consequences. There is no rule of law. I will bring about this change, and I would like to bring that change about with you, rats. And he begins to very slowly walk towards you, but only a couple of steps,
attack of opportunity.
While he's like waiting for your reply, he's looking over to the left, down into that hollow pit, trying to observe what's going on. Outside, you see a holographic representation of the Gate of the 12 Suns. You see the fire fight almost non-existent now, as they seem to have dealt with the defenses in the system. You see a lot of ships out there beginning to make their way back to their respective motherships. Some are adrift, and you'll see workers on the outside trying to make repairs.
I can't hand over this weapon to you, Severox. The corpse fleet doesn't value life. And even if you didn't plan on using this weapon, you'd subjugate the rest of us.
Well, of course, I would allow you place within the ship. You would not be subjugated. There is, of course, a command structure, but you would not be without power.
That's just not good enough, Severox. I made a promise that I would make sure that this weapon was never used again.
I see. Then, what do you suggest that we do? We seem to be at an impasse.
Well, old friend, I think me and my new friends are gonna have to kick your ass.
Right back at it again.
That is unfortunate. I don't know why, though I may have some suspicion. But I value your friendship at this very moment.
I can't even look at you right now, Severox.
Damn.
You look too much like a bird.
Oh, I forgot.
Yes, a gift given to me from a valued friend.
He's delusional.
I intend to go up to my command station and oversee the retrieval of this weapon. You do what you feel you need to.
Sarat looks around at everybody else, and he's just like, we can't let him leave.
There's like kind of like this understanding when you make eye contact with everyone.
Yeah, like I don't think we were gonna let him leave.
Razel is like using the staff or spear of faith as like it's a walking stick sort of. And then as soon as he says that, he just kind of like puts it in his hand, like ready to fight again. Can we take 10 minutes first?
No. So he like spins around in his cape, like, you know, it's like real long and flowing and like on the ground as well, and it kind of whips around with him. And he looks at each one of you and he nods. Everybody roll for initiative.
Oh, man.
Second time we've rolling for initiative in one combat. Well, pretty much one combat.
Oh, yes.
He'd probably beat me.
Oh, yes.
Nice.
I didn't really have that good of a one. I just wanted to sound like you guys.
You know what?
To fit in.
I will not forgive myself if I don't do this. Because I just remembered this. You rats do not want Severox to pursue this weapon. So we're going to need to make an opposed charisma check because you may be able to convince him to stand down with the charisma check.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I just saw that in the rules, and I don't want to overlook that.
What?
We may forget a bunch of rules, but this time we won't.
We think we use all of our tokens too.
Yeah,
So.
damn.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
So maybe one last time you try to bargain with him.
Please, Severox, there's still time for you to save the rest of your crew from the 4 people that broke onto your ship.
Quite amazing, isn't it? All right, so we need to make a opposed charisma check.
Do you think he's very charismatic?
No.
Captain of this ship,
Yeah.
Admiral.
No, 100%.
Thing is Rats is not super charismatic.
Yeah.
And I got a pretty middle of the road roll.
I'll tell you what I got first. I got a 19.
I got a 13.
I like the story beat better because it's like you try to command Undead, but he's such a powerful Undead that he kind of like he doesn't deflect it, but
his resolve is too strong.
Yeah.
But now instead of it being like, oh, I'm going to subjugate you guys, this is an honorable. This has turned into an honor fight instead of a who's better. I don't know. I don't know. It just feels different than the first 8 rounds that we just fought.
Yeah. You kind of have a little more understanding about his motivations. Doesn't mean that they're good, but it makes a little more sense.
And it feels because of the fact that he's an old friend of Rats. It's more of a I don't know. I can't find a comparison. I can't remember a comparison, but it's like when 2 old friends fight in like movies,
Yeah. All right, so let's roll initiative. What is? Oh, let me go ahead and get the old combat thing going here.
Classic combat thing.
When you sit down for a night of Starfinder, you got to get your combat thing out.
That's after 20 hours on the road driving. That's the best I got.
That's what I did.
Yeah.
10 hours to and from.
Yowza.
All to Philly.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see. I got to make sure I got everybody on my list here. Okay, Rats, what did you get?
A 23.
Okay. And Raquel?
I was happy, but I got a 16.
16. And let's see, Kenneth, I'm going to give him what was rolled on Hero Labs.
Hey, what's Kenneth got to say about this?
Damn it, I really wanted the head job on this ship. Sev.
Poor Kenneth.
25.
25. And Razel.
26.
I knew it. As soon as you looked at me, like, motherfucker got 1 better than me.
Let me see what Severox got here.
Good thing is that idiot made himself visible again.
Yeah. Who's getting charged right now, right?
Me.
You know it.
Charged with what? I don't know.
With being
Electricity.
too handsome.
Aw.
Thanks, man.
All right, so it is round 1. Razel, you're up.
What do I do, guys?
You just said we were going to do.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, glad we had that discussion.
So, because of charge attack ability from soldier subclass that I took, or whatever it's called, fighting style, I can charge and make 2 attacks with them both at a -4. So, boop boop. Here we go. You ready, Chris?
I'm ready.
Do it.
See, this is normally a plus 17, so it's plus 13. Be pretty funny if I got 2 natural 20s.
That would be pretty funny, yes.
Well, I got 1 natural 20.
Are you serious?
I am 100% serious.
That was such a nonchalant, like,
Yeah.
well, I got 1.
So that's a 33 to hit
This guy's gonna take like 100 fucking damage.
EAC and a 23 to hit EAC.
Okay, and it was the minus. It's like a -5 to the EAC, right? From the polymorph.
Yeah.
Okay, I had everything like get reset on me here, so I'm just making sure. So yeah, that's
bummer.
Those are both hits, and we got the natural 20. I didn't think I was going to need these tonight. Let me get out the critical hit deck, which I packed up to take Fluid with me.
To play with the manatees?
Those manatees only kept rolling crits.
Just the way they flip those fins, man. Down. What is it? It's you're using the spear.
I was kidding.
All right, so for the crit, through and through. Attempt a free sunder combat maneuver against the target at the same time as against the target at the same attack bonus regardless of range.
Hey, Chris.
So
That might be the highest anyone's ever done.
How does 111 damage feel?
oh my is that for both hits?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's total.
That's total.
Holy crap.
Okay. Yeah, you knocked him back down to like. I mean, he's on his last leg, literally. I mean,
He's still
like 20
alive.
He's like
Damn it.
20% health. Yeah, he has fast healing, so he healed a little bit during that whole conversation.
I forgot
I
that
just
you
like-
said that.
I like the idea that he and Raz have this moment, and he's like, do what you gotta do, and Razel's just like, pop, pop, and he's almost dead.
Razel literally just went, bet.
Yeah.
Let me run your fade
Hold on,
real
let me
quick.
find out what Sunder does.
Doesn't it do something with armor?
Yeah.
Yo, dog, let me run your fade real quick with 111 damage. That shit's fucking wild.
Okay. You say Sunder?
Why do I
Sunder,
keep having
yeah.
this equipped? What the fuck?
Gear,
Stop that.
Rules. Breaking objects, maybe? Smashing an object.
Give me something to break.
Yeah, keep looking at that. We'll go ahead and move on to 7. If it makes a difference on sundering the armor, then we'll go back to it. So it's Sev's turn.
Well, seeing that, Sev is going to be like, well, I can't let Razel show me up. He's just a punch guy. So he's going to full attack with his X-gun that he's had out this entire time.
Rats is right behind him.
Hold on.
Please
That's
hold
don't
on.
miss. Please don't miss.
Hold on.
Fail.
Wait,
Just kidding.
we got a burper.
Hold on. So this is Sunder.
Oh.
You deal damage to one object held in the target's hand or accessible on its body.
Okay.
The object must be something that can be drawn easily by the target as a move action. The damage is reduced by an amount equal to the object's hardness. So what am I? What did the crit say?
So you get to make this attack as part of your regular attack. So attempt a free sunder combat maneuver against the target at the same attack bonus regardless of range. So you made your attack, but then you also get to do this free sunder combat maneuver as well.
He's shaking his head no. So I'm gonna
Natural 1.
Okay.
No.
All right.
It is
Damn
a
it.
combat
I'm
maneuver.
back.
It'd been nice to have that work out since it's not really worth trying combat maneuvers in this game.
Yeah.
I'm doing a lot in this game.
All right.
Alright, I'll roll now. At
Okay.
full attack. What if I get a natural 20?
Right.
I rolled a natural 20!
That's amazing.
Holy shit!
Blah, blah.
You will join me! Bang, bang, dead! I'll roll my other one. The second attack's a 29 to hit.
Okay, that's a hit. Let's see. So this is a piercing.
Yep.
Okay, then I think we're going to go with this one because this sounds cool. Extreme piercing, nailed in place, bonus effect. The target cannot leave its space.
Nice.
Sick. That's not as much damage as Kevin did, but how does 75 points of damage
Oh
do?
my god.
As the feathers fly in the air from this massive hit, describe your kill.
Ridiculous. I'm crying.
God. So since you say it was pin in place, the first two he's standing on the ground, right?
Yeah.
What does he look like again, Chris? Can you blow his image
blow
up
him?
real quick? Can you blow him for me?
Just
That'd be cool.
give me a few minutes. All right. Yeah,
Okay, so-
yeah, he's pretty tall too. Like I think he even towers over Razel a little bit.
Okay, so he's gonna. So I always count because it uses like 2 ammo per shot. I always imagine it's just 2 quick shots in succession. So the first 2 like hit him in his like ankles, so I imagine they break, so he can't move. Ergo, pin in place. So then he kind of like smirks, and then he hits 1 in the chest and 1 in the head as the last 2.
Oh my
They just
God.
pop up.
Yeah, and his body goes like straight as a board, and then with that momentum at his head, like he just falls straight backwards and lands, and his head like kind of jerks back, and he's looking at Rats. And Rats, you see like the eerie green glow in those empty eye sockets slowly start to fade out, and he just nods to you, and he's like trying to say something, but it's like incoherent, and then he like smiles, and then turns to dust.
Oh my god.
And a single tear rolls down Rat's eye.
Right? He's like, oh, that was a good friend.
I cannot believe that just happened.
That's
was
crazy.
Cool. That was the most insane thing ever. Just like, oh, what if I got a 20? Then bam, natural. I'm glad Kevin saw it because no one would have believed it. Like, oh, that's
Wow.
wild. We literally did 186 damage in 2 shots or in 2 attacks, or 2 turns essentially.
And,
All right. So
And there
I feel like Raquel just like she's just like stunned. She's just staring like, how the hell did this just happen so fast and so efficiently?
yeah, less than 6 seconds here. Just boom, 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 boom. He's gone.
And as he turns to dust, I make sure to wipe my feet in it because that way, in case he's a vampire of some kind.
Yeah,
I don't want that to happen again.
Don't invite him into your house. He can't come in.
And you're standing here on the bridge of this capital ship, this massive, super colossal Ultranaut, and you're looking out into the space between the frame, and you just see that massive glow of the 13th gate, the gate of the 12 Suns, and what do you all do? I mean, just think about where you were and where you are now. I mean, what are you feeling? What thoughts are you having? What are you going to do?
That's a great question.
I feel like our mission is so close to being accomplished, and like there's almost like a sigh of relief. Like all this pressure has just almost been lifted off of Raquel's chest because she was terrified going into this. But they made it to the bridge, and there was probably...
She was terrified from the moment of getting on the ship?
Yeah, just knowing like how massive this thing was, and not knowing how many people are on here and who they were going to come into contact with.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and Callie, she runs down from the top of the throne and just runs up and gives Raquel like the biggest hug.
Aw. Back. That's so sweet. Like, Callie, you did really good.
I was the one who killed him.
She looks...
Technically, he was.
She looks over at them and then looks back at Callie. Callie, you did really, really good.
You did so good.
I didn't. It was all you. You guys saved me.
Hey, don't doubt yourself, okay? It took a lot of guts to come along with people you didn't know. And a lot of bravery to walk into this kind of a fight.
I never thought of myself that way. I've been here so long, I don't even hardly remember who I am. What are we gonna do now?
I feel like Razel's like looking around, but he doesn't. Well, no, he's a pilot, so he might have an idea. But he's like looking for the controls. I don't know how these big ass ships work.
Well, Callie was up on a podium with a bunch of computers, right?
Yeah, the central throne.
Yeah.
Okay, so Razel goes up to it and he's like, "All right, rats, let's do this."
Rats is standing off to the side of the throne, like thinking back, and I think, didn't we learn something about the Admiral, that he was basically a future lich?
Oh, what?
That I don't know.
Oh, you talk that he can come back?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
I think you did that when you were getting like the crew manifest, and then you did a couple of checks to figure out like a little bit about him.
Yeah, that's
was he like a
kinda-
necrovite? Is that the right term?
That's what
No,
the
that's not.
race is called, I believe.
Oh.
Yeah, I can tell you. So basically, he has this device called. Every one of these creatures like this have this device called an electrocephalon, and it could be anything. But basically, after X number of days, the creature's body begins to it downloads its consciousness from this thing and begins to rebuild the body.
Oh, where at his body is that staff there?
Yeah, so let's go ahead and talk about like what he had. So yeah, you see that he had a staff. Let me see what else he had here.
Let's loot the body before we save the universe.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like you would bring it up like, oh, he might be able to come back, so we need to figure out if he has that thing on his person.
Yeah, so Rats is standing, like everybody else seems to be relieved, but Rats is still kind of standing there, like, nervous, and that thought crosses his mind, like, oh yeah, he's a space lich, like, I need to try and find this device to stop him from coming back. Otherwise, he's gonna try and kick my ass. And he says that out loud. He's basically a space lich. He's got this thing on him, or he's got this device that lets him come back, and we need to...
I went through his dust. It should work, right? That's how it works on all of them?
No, that's vampires, Razel.
Ah, damn it! There's too many undead things. Fuck this place.
You're telling me.
I imagine that after hearing Rats say this, Callie probably gets really nervous, and Raquel does too, but she like pulls it together, and she like holds Callie on the shoulders, and she's like, it's okay. We're gonna take care of this. Just stay strong. And then she looks over at Rats, and she's like, what do we need to do?
Hold on a second. And then Rats is going to just cast a little old detect magic.
Okay.
I think when he does that, his eyes kind of like turn like almost like a glowing white.
Mm-hmm.
Like when, like Batman, like scans stuff with his cow.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you just
Like
said with his
lights up.
cow.
With his cow.
Moo.
He has a little pocket cow he pulls out and it just searches for clues. That'd be fucking dope.
You know, the bat cow.
The bat cow. Everyone's favorite.
Okay, so you're like holding that detect magic. That's the one that works like in a cone, right? And you got to focus on it.
Yeah, it's a cone-shaped emanation.
Give
Okay.
me something to break.
You scan around the room, or around the corpse of the Admiral. And
Hold on. I just want to point out, Bat Cow is a thing.
Bat cow.
What?
Yeah, it was in Batman Incorporated Volume 2, Number 1.
Robin standing in front of
2012.
a cow is hilarious to me.
It says, as of now, I'm a vegetarian, and this is Bat Cow. Hold on. I'm sending this image over Discord.
He's very triumphantly standing in front of that cow, too. That cow looks really dopey.
There you go, in staff chat.
Ew, that's messed up.
And this is bat cow.
Oh, God, that's funny. All right, continue on, Chris.
Okay, so rats, you know, you're casting the spell. Your eyes are white as you're scanning the room, or scanning the pile of the former Admiral. There seems to be a sword. There seems to be some pistol, a couple of other electronics, but the one that seems to emanate some sort of magic is it looks to be like some sort of key. It's almost like I don't know. I want to say like a tricorder, but like Klingon style. Like if you think of a Klingon tricorder, but then it has like these bones, like small finger bones, like coming around and like just wrapping around it like very intricately, and it's got this small like red screen on it.
Ugh. I cast a token spell to clean it up.
It shines like the day it was born.
And it, like, basically sweeps away all of the dust from the Admiral. Okay. I guess we'll try and figure out what's this key for.
Give me a engineering or what's the other one? Mysticism check
I'll aid.
or a compy check.
What does that
Oh,
mean?
definitely going to be that compy check.
I aid.
Compy, I aid. They're cool dinosaurs, too.
Can I aid with my engineering?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I got a non-natural,
Modified?
modified 20. Thank you.
Damn, bro, you good?
A dirty
So-
20.
2 aids?
It's
Yeah.
computers, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't. It's
Yes.
computers, engineering. Or,
Compy. Like the little dinosaurs that ate that little girl in the beginning of Lost World.
That's a 40.
Okay. Yeah, it was a pretty high DC, but you got it. So yeah, you know that this is the command key for the ship. It's going to allow you to access any computer, and let's see. So it grants the wielder authorized access to any computer on the ship, and can grant another creature authorized for 24 hours. Additionally, it's tied directly to the engines, sensors, and weapons of the ship, allowing anyone holding it to feel the ship as an extension of your own body. A creature holding this also gains a +10 circumstance bonus to all skill checks attempted as part of operating the ship. And because of that detect magic and also your mysticism check, you know that this must be the electroencephalon.
What? So it's a key to a giant spaceship and necromancers. Oh no,
Dude,
I can't think of what the
Phylactery?
regular phylactery. Yeah,
It's just a fucking Horcrux.
Yeah, that's what phylactery is. Phylacteries were made before those.
Kevin's a
You feel so
magic
fucking smug
hipster.
over there? Jesus.
Actually, they were before horror.
Oh, you guys missed it. I smiled at him after I said that.
He did. He gave me this stupid fucking smile the whole time.
It was pretty good.
Well, Mr. Smarty Pants.
Phylacteries came before Horcruxes. They
Want that on a
sounded better on
t-shirt.
vinyl.
Before we get into
They were better on 8-track.
before we get into that stuff, can we go over the smaller stuff and get that out of the way?
Like XP.
I mean, XPs, whatever.
Yeah. Okay, so just to get the other gear out of the way, I think these are pretty common, so I'm not going to have you roll for it. There's an Aurora arc pistol. The sword is a Red Star plasma sword. That's cool. It has the critical severe wound effect on it.
My hands do
And
too.
does 48 damage plus whatever your strength modifier would be. And then some of the other gear. Let's see. There's it's loaded. The pistol's loaded with one high capacity battery. The sword is loaded with one high capacity battery, and there is a Estic suit Mark IV. That's the armor. A Mark I spell reflector. Oh, these are in this. These are part of the suit. I'm sorry. So in the Estic suit 4, there's deflective reinforcements and a Mark I spell reflector. And then there's also a system-wide comm unit.
Dang. Dude had everything.
Okay. I now am holding these things so we can divvy them up later. Or now, whenever. Just let me know if you want one of those things.
I was going to take the pistol if nobody
pistol?
else wants to fight for it.
No.
And I also didn't hear what the sword was.
Red Star Plasma. It... where did it go? Where did you go? Plasma sword? There you are. It is powered, so it uses batteries. It does 4d8 electricity and fire damage, because it's plasma.
Did you say it was an advanced melee weapon?
It is one-handed advanced melee. Yep.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to take that.
Okay. Did you need a melee weapon?
No, I don't.
Okay.
No, I shoot people.
I mean, my one gun has a sword on it.
So jumping back into this, Rats, you identify this key is giving you access to the ship, and you also know this is how you prevent this Admiral from coming back. And I was just reading about this too. It's insane. It says not even disintegrating Necrovite's corpse or flinging it into a sun can destroy it, so long as the electroencephalon remains unharmed. So yeah, a lot of these guys keep them hidden, in bunkers and vaults, so that they're not even anywhere near them. In this case, you're extremely lucky that it was he needed it to operate a ship.
Yeah.
Wow.
I feel like this mission was so important that he had to join them on this mission or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Then.
Well, after Rats explains what it is, and he's like, Razel is like, so what do we do? How do we destroy this thing?
Well, it's the key to the ship, basically, so... First we have to... blow up everything?
Well, I mean, we just plug it in and then send it careening and it should blow up, right? I don't know.
I don't know how ships work.
I don't know how
I'm just a pilot.
space phylacteries work. What was the name of these things again? They're like a mouthful.
Electroencephalon.
Yeah, I'm going to continue calling it space phylactery.
Does that seem feasible, Chris, that we could set this thing on a crash course into the stellar degenerator and then destroy the key so nobody can stop it?
Yeah. Well, so give me, you're standing there next to that pit. you're getting all of this data, this information. Give me let's go with an intelligence, or if you want to get on the computer, then give me a computer's check. Kind of do your calculations, figure out what you can do.
Okay, I will hop onto a computer. I cast Token Spell before sitting in one of these chairs that all these zombies have been rotting in.
I can't aid, I'm sorry.
Wow, I rolled a natural 20, guys.
What?
Nice.
Nice.
All right, that's 3 tonight. Wow.
It's the 20 crew.
All right, now, well,
We're waiting for you, Daz.
75% is.
I believe in you, Raquel.
Daz, you're next.
You'll get it.
Thanks. I'm next, okay. It's going to be a freaking perception check.
So, Rats, you sit down at this computer. You got a zombie to your left, a zombie to your right. But, I mean, shoot, you clean the chair, so that's all that matters. You're doing your
I can
calculations.
think clearly now.
I can think clearly now. Their brains are gone. And you're doing all these calculations. You notice that the local space around the Gate of the 12 Suns seems to be completely devoid of all the ships that were there before. They've all kind of returned. However, you do notice that there are 2 fairly large ships kind of filling the space between. They seem to be interspaced about a third of the distance between you and the gate. So there's one about a third of the way from your ship, and there's the one about a third away from that ship. So as you're sitting here devising this plan, setting this on a crash course, you feel like that, you can set a collision course. However, there's no guarantee that if you just do this and then bail right away, there's no guarantee that it's going to make it there. These other ships seem like they could, at the very least, disable the Empire of Bones, and then you run the risk of them getting back on board or claiming the super weapon for themselves. So,
Oh my gosh, does this mean we have to have a giant space combat with
Right.
the Empire of Bones?
Oh my god.
potentially. Now, as part of your analysis, you feel like you don't necessarily need to destroy those other ships. That's certainly an option to you, but you know that you're going to have to just get this thing past them at the very least. But you also know a ship that has this much mass and volume is going to be very slow moving. So it's kind of up to you to gamble at which point you would want to bail to ensure that it gets to its destination.
But it's so long. Oh, how far would the entire thing be inside of the portal or the whatever when it hits the stellar degenerator?
No, and in fact, as part of your computation, Rats, you know that if you get just the front end of this ship to breach the gate, at which point you would still be well over 6 miles away from it.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, you would know that once the front of the ship breached the Gate of the 12 Suns, that there's no turning it back at that point.
Mm-hmm. So we are basically forced to drive this thing close to it and then get the hell off of here as quick as we can.
I mean, I wouldn't say forced, but you just run the risk of somebody being able to intercept it.
Right.
Should you leave, yeah.
Well, we don't want that. We didn't do all this to be intercepted.
Okay, well, before we do any of the smashing the ship into other things plan, we need to save all of these enslaved
Yeah.
aliens.
Yeah. So basically what that entailed, stopping the, bomb, whatever that is in there. and then sending them to certain coordinates.
Now, the question is, I can't remember what ship. Did you take Kenneth's ship up here?
No, I think we took the good intent, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and he just got past all the checkpoints and
Remember, on the way there, we let the ones who weren't commanded undead out the airlock.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, how could I forget that? So the question is, you can get them to coordinates potentially, but then where are those coordinates? Where are you sending them? How are they evacuating the ship?
That hangar that we entered in through, right?
Yes, I think we... So as far as plan, I'm going to try and have Kenneth and Callie go to the hangar bay that we entered through and escort any of the remaining slaves to the good intent.
Okay, so you're going to have Kenneth and Callie go down and kind of wait there and then get them on board the ship?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that feasible with my computer expertise?
It is feasible. The question is what message do you send them? How do you get a hold of each of these people? And then how are you going to disable those safety measures around their necks?
I would assume there's some sort of program that's governing their their command protocols on the necklace.
Certainly with that key that gives you access to the entire ship, you would be able to access anything that you need to. If you want to do that, give me a computer's check. We'll say that you find it pretty easily, but give me a computer's check to see if you can execute it properly.
Okay. Would I be able to receive assistance on this?
Yes.
I assist.
If it's computers, I cannot.
Okay.
Yeah, this is going to be computers only.
And I got a bonus from a key card as well.
I believe it was a +5 from back in Hangar Country.
I love Hangar Country.
+5?
Or it might have been +5 for each key that you had.
Well, them Duke boys are at it again.
And I think you did you have 2 or 3? I can't remember at this point.
Hangar Country.
Oh, those things still apply?
Yeah, I believe you can use those throughout the duration of the mission. I have to go back and look for sure.
That's crazy. Well, so I know I had a bonus to the ship systems from understanding the zombie network.
Oh yeah, that's what it was.
That was just like a +2 or a +4 though.
Yeah, I'm going back to look, but that sounds right. And then remember, you got a +10 from the electroencephalon now as well.
Holy crap! This has got to be a ridiculous check.
Okay, no, those were specifically to hack that security console in that area, so those don't apply. But you do have a +10 from the key.
And the zombie room bonus that I got?
Yes, yeah, which I believe was a +4.
Okay. I'm going to need it. So I have a +2 from Sev.
Yep.
A +4 from my zombie computer knowledge. And a +10 from the space phylactery. And this is a computer's check, right?
Yes, and this is to activate this program to disable all of the collars.
Oh
Okay.
man, please don't let this be the computers you can't make.
Sucks this door's broken.
So, with all of those bonuses, I have a +40 to this check.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Natural 1.
Oh.
I doubt it. That was a joke. Dice gods.
54.
Oh, my God.
Okay. DC 54. This is some high-level shit, and you've run into this before. You've had checks that you just missed because I think that actually happened early on in Hangar Country. You missed it by 1 with a 53 or something.
Yeah.
But this is high-level shit. They don't want you getting these people off that easy. You just got it at the last second. Like, you felt like you were hacking into the system and there seemed to be some sort of surge, but you caught it with your quick reflexes and were able to stop it.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ.
So as far as you can tell, you pull up this like screen, and there seems to be this list manifest of all these creatures on, and there was like this green dot next to each name, and they slowly start to turn red, indicating seemingly that they're off. Now the question is, how do you inform them of your plan?
Well, it was their data pads. You could send messages through their data pads. Mm-hmm. Because they were getting jobs from the data pads. Right?
Yeah, so I just input a job for all of them to meet at that hangar bay.
Okay.
And then I gather up Callie and Kenneth. And I say,
Listen, guys, this might go south for all of us, so I need to make sure that you guys are safe. You have to escort the rest of the these enslaved people. I don't remember the race of these aliens.
Shimmerine?
Shimmerine.
Aha.
Yeah, you need to escort the rest of the Shimmerine to the Good Intent and make sure that we're able to peel out of here as quick as possible.
Rev the engines.
Rats, I can't possibly leave you in the heat of battle up here. Aboard the bridge!
Kenneth, a ship is gonna need a captain. If I can't make it back, I want that person to be you.
And like for the first time, you see like this whole bravado of his like drop at the realization that maybe you're not going to come back. But he reaches out to like put a hand on your shoulder, and he goes to speak, but like he can't get the words out. He pulls his hand back and he nods and he grabs his weapon and he's like, "Yes, Captain. You can count on me."
Hold on, Kenneth, I have one last thing that I need to give you.
Anything.
I'm gonna just jam a bunch of healing energy into Kenneth.
Right.
I cast
Nice.
Necromantic Revitalization.
What?
Ooh, okay.
I'm gonna have to do it a couple of times because I only have it at level 1.
Hey, I got a question also. How much gear can he hold?
Can Kenneth hold?
You're gonna have him take your crap back to the
Jeez,
ship.
oh my goodness. He's not super strong. He's got a 14 in strength.
I mean, what is he carrying? Armor and a weapon?
You make him drop his stuff to carry your stuff.
He's encumbered at 7 bulk. Right now he's at 5 bulk.
Alright, hold on.
So he could carry stuff. It's just it may slow him up.
Wait, you said you're taking the arc pistol, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I can get rid of that. The armor. Hold on, let me see how much that weighs. It's 3. Fuck.
Alright, you figure that out. I'm gonna heal Kenneth up. How bad is he?
He's on death's door again.
I gotta
if
make
we're gonna
sure.
put a number to it. He's 20 out of 126.
Also, I was gonna ask, would my like mystic healing or mystic, whatever,
No,
cure
he's
with
undead.
that? Yeah, that's what I thought.
It would hurt him.
Oh,
Here, Kenneth, let me help you. Oh my god, I just killed him.
Yeah. So, with Necromantic Revitalization level 1, every time I cast it, it's 1d8 plus my intelligence modifier.
Okay.
Which you are pretty smart.
So the first casting is 14.
All right.
And then I'm going to cast it again. That's 10.
Okay.
Come on, Kenneth. You're looking better every second. That's another 14.
Nice. These supple bone structures.
Please don't say supple around me, Kenneth.
Oh, sorry, triggering? I didn't know there was a trigger word.
That's another 10.
Alright, he's getting up. I think he's, here, hang on a second. Okay. Oh, you know, he wasn't as bad as I thought. Alright, what was the last one again?
10.
Okay, so I think I was looking at the wrong guy. But he's 10. Yeah, he's 10 points away from Max. So if you want to hit him again, great. If not, he's feeling pretty good.
Of course I will. Anything for Kenneth. My oldest friend in the world. That's Max, baby. 15.
15. All right. So he is Max out.
Thank you. We will, I won't let you down, Rats, I promise.
I believe in you, Kenneth. You'll make a great captain.
You think so? Really? I like the sound of that, Captain Kenneth. All right. Well, I'll think about that later. We got a mission to accomplish.
And he looks over at Callie, and he's like, "You ready to go?" And she nods, softly says yes. But then she walks over to Rats, and she says, "Rats, can you piggyback something on that message?"
Yeah, I can do anything I put my mind to. Look at where we are, Callie.
Oh, yeah. That's how silly of me. I was just up there banging on the screen, hoping something would happen. She says she wants you to input a symbol. It's 3 dots, but they're not all in a row. The center dot is raised up slightly. So you have 2 dots on horizon, but then the middle one's raised up, kind of like a sunrise. She says, "Can you send that out? It'd mean a lot to me if you could do that."
I don't know. Is this super racist or?
Oh my God.
No. It's I mean, if you said it, it would be super racist, but I can say it.
Oh. All right, I'll type it out and you hit send.
Okay. So she sends it, and then she says thank you. So there is emergency elevators towards the back of this bridge, which they can use to kind of get down to those bays. So they move to the back, and they kind of nod to you as they shuffle into this, and they vanish, and you're left alone on the bridge of the ship. You know, basically, that what just happened, you taking over the ship, nobody's going to know for a little while. So you feel like you got a moment to catch your breath. You don't feel like you have an infinite amount of time, but you got time to study the systems, formulate a plan, figure out what's going on, and then time to act. Is there anything anybody wants to say to each other?
I want to know how this Admiral was carrying a 20 bulk comm unit.
Magic.
I was like, why am I holding 35 bulk? And then I look at the comm unit, it's 20 bulk, which is, what, 200 pounds? Something like that?
Dude was jacked.
I told you he's taller than you.
I mean, yeah, but I'm so confused.
So you guys are standing on the ship, getting ready to do what you've been fighting for so long, and is there anything like, I don't want to say last words, but is there anything you guys want to say to each other before this?
Rats slowly walks up the steps on this throne and sits down. Just plops down in the throne, and he looks back over the side at his crew that's kind of looking around, doing whatever they're doing. And he's like, I know this has kind of been the theme of things since we've gotten together, but this is a pretty dangerous situation, and I'm not sure how it's going to turn out. If any of you don't feel up to the task, it might be in your best interest to join Kenneth and Callie down at the Good Intent. Just make sure everybody gets off of here safe.
I made it this far, no reasons to back out now.
Yeah, Raquel shares the same sentiment. She's like, I never thought I'd be in a situation like this, but I wouldn't want to be here with anyone else. And I'm not going to leave you back. That was weird. I'm not... Okay.
I'm so glad you haven't changed a whole lot through this whole journey, Raquel. You're still that same awkward person. But you know what? That's a good thing, because that means you didn't let anything get to you. You should take that as a plus.
Thank you.
You got it.
Alright, well, by my estimation, we still have 2 more ships we have to get past. I estimate that because I looked at the computers.
Makes sense.
So, everybody man your stations. We gotta get this bad boy up to ramming speed.
Just everyone pilot assist Razel.
I'm looking around to try and figure out what's what.
So yeah, what positions do you guys take?
Oh my god, it's been so long since Starship Combat.
I'll be the pilot.
We got Razel and the pilot. We've got gunner station. We've got science officer station. If anybody's interested in the new chief mate, I'm trying to remember the other ones. But yeah, just kind of trying to get an idea of where everybody's headed.
Magic officer.
Magic
That's
officer. Yeah.
I guess
probably...
I'll go to the gunner station as I normally do.
I'll probably go to the magic officer.
Okay. So, Rats, you're sitting on top of the throne in the command area. You see Razel move to the fore of the ship, sit down, crack his knuckles, getting ready to learn how to pilot this thing. Sev moves over to the port side of the ship, sits down where the weapons are, and Raquel kind of moves over to the starboard side in front of this holographic pit, and moves over to this other station. And everybody kind of sits down, turns back around, looks at you, Rats, waiting for your order.
Rats takes a deep breath and he's like,
Alright guys, let's kick ass.
We'll see you next week.
But I'm out of gum.
Thank you to all of our valued listeners, and an extra special thanks to our patrons: IPOSC, Adam Wendell, Ultrawave7, Mary Geislink, and Renus Tora. As our Dead Sons adventure comes to an end, we're gearing up for new and exciting content for the months ahead. So consider this your call to action. Please like, share, and rate us on Facebook, Twitter, and wherever you get your podcasts. We'll see you next week.
Make sure you check out our website at adventureawaitspod.com. There you can find links to our Facebook and Twitter, and keep up to date when we release new episodes. And a big thanks to Sirenscape for providing music and sound effects. Check them out at Sirenscape.com, where you can revolutionize your tabletop gaming experience.